So in issue 53 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, some interesting names were brought up when Grace Sterling was suggesting candidates for the next Green Ranger, and those names being Ryan Steele, JB Reese, and Caitlin Starr. Now, if you don't know those names, they are the VR Troopers, which were from another Saban property from back in the day, and Ryan has been no stranger to introducing other Toku series that Saban adapted into the Power Rangers comic. Way back in Go-Go Power Rangers, we saw King Lexion talking to Zordon at the time, which was another Toku series that Saban adapted back in the day called Masked Rider, something we don't really talk about, but it kind of implies that the Toku universe that Saban created with the stuff they adapted might be somewhere in the Power Rangers comic universe, and in that video, we're going to discuss it. So the first reference we got that the Power Rangers comic shares a joint universe with the other Toku series that Saban adapted was way back in issue 18 of Go-Go Power Rangers, where it opened 1,000 years in the past, where Zordon was talking to King Lexion, and you sort of see the birth of Alpha 1, where King Lexion gets his people to build a robot for Zordon to help him out, and that's the birth of Alpha 1. Now, King Lexion and those characters make sense because back in the past, in Season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you saw Masked Rider make an appearance in the Power Rangers series, so they've sort of got a joint universe together. But VR Troopers is a whole different story because the way Grace sort of brings them up saying, hey, I've had my eye on these people for a long time and they might be interesting candidates to be the next Green Ranger. So that's very interesting, and it kind of opens the door for many things, because Grace Sterling is the founder of Promethea, which is this giant tech company in the Power Rangers universe, so that sets up for many other things that could be retconned or rediscovered in the Power Rangers comic universe, because during Shattered Grid you find out that Grace Sterling in the comics is the creator of Terra Venture. She's the one who had the idea for Terra Venture in Power Rangers, which is really cool, although the TV show and the comic are very different. So what if Ryan is setting up or teasing that maybe Grace Sterling has something to do with the VR world in the VR Troopers timeline, or in that series? Like in the comics, Grace Sterling is the one who created the VR dimension or something like that, or she's been keeping an eye on the VR stuff going on in the Power Rangers universe or the VR Troopers universe, this joint continuity that's going on, and she's kept their eye on everything going on because she's a giant tech company. So does she have something to do with these characters? And if the VR Troopers and Masked Rider are somewhere out there in the Power Rangers comic universe, does that mean the Big Bad Beetleborgs or the Knights of Chernobog, are they out there somewhere in the Power Rangers comic universe waiting to be mentioned? They could be nice little Easter eggs like the VR Troopers were, but it kind of paints the bigger picture that there is this vast multiverse of the different properties, the different Toku properties that Saban bought, somewhere out there in the Power Rangers comic universe, just waiting to get name dropped, and whether we'll see them or not is the big mystery. And I'm hoping that Ryan can slip in more Easter eggs like that, because that would be really freaking cool if we can see more Easter eggs like that later down the line in the Power Ranger comics, or maybe even see someone like Masked Rider show up in the Power Rangers comic in the spin-off that we're getting, because they're definitely not going to follow the rules of the TV show. So will we see Masked Rider make a cameo in one of the upcoming Power Ranger comic spin-offs? No idea, but I would like to see him appear, that's for sure. So anyway folks, what are your thoughts and theories of all these different series that Saban adapted back in the day, living in the comic universe or somewhere existing out there in the comic universe of Power Rangers? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's not possible? Tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. I know it sounds like a crazy out there theory, but yeah, it's kind of possible. If these VR Troopers got name dropped, we saw King Lexion, there has to be more out there in the Power Rangers comic universe. And like I said, these are nice little Easter eggs, but if you read into them a little bit too much, does that mean they're out there somewhere in the comics universe? I don't know. I guess we'll find out eventually, or maybe never, but either way, I think it's a cool little cameo or Easter egg that Ryan did for the comics, and I wonder if something's ever gonna come of that. Anyway folks, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you like what you see and you want to see more of this stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, all that good stuff. Bye.